Hello and welcome to our channel. Close your eyes, get comfortable, and let us transport you to this vibrant and diverse country. This story is called Visit to Nepal. So sit back, relax, and let the soothing sound of my voice take you on an adventure of a lifetime. As I stepped off the plane, I was immediately enveloped in the chaotic yet enchanting energy of Kathmandu. The streets were a cacophony of sounds, from the honking of horns to the cries of street vendors and the murmur of local conversations. The colors were just as vivid, from the bright saris of the women to the vibrant street murals and intricate temple carvings. Making my way into the city, I was immediately struck by the rich history and culture that surrounded me. The narrow lanes and bustling markets were a maze of sights, sounds, and smells. I was constantly amazed by the vibrant colors, intricate designs, and fascinating items for sale. From delicate handcrafted jewelry to intricate traditional textiles, the markets were a feast for the senses. I visited several of the city's famous temples, each one more magnificent than the last. The ornate architecture and stunning carvings were a testament to the rich cultural heritage of the country. I was particularly struck by the beauty of the intricate and colorful paintings and carvings that adorned the walls and roofs of the temples. As I wandered the streets of Kathmandu, I was struck by the friendly and hospitable nature of the local people. Everywhere I went, I was greeted with smiles and offers of assistance. I was able to connect with locals, learning about their lives and customs, and gaining a deeper appreciation for their culture. Overall, my day in Kathmandu was a truly unforgettable experience. The city had left a lasting impression on me, and I was eager to explore more of Nepal and its rich cultural heritage. As I continued my journey, I made my way to the picturesque city of Pokhara. This city, nestled in the foothills of the Himalayas, was known for its stunning views of the mountains and its serene lakes. I was not disappointed. The scenery was breathtaking, and I felt a sense of peace wash over me as I took it all in. I was struck by the stunning panoramic views of the Himalayas and the serene beauty of Fuel Lake. I spent the next few days exploring the city and the surrounding area, taking in the beauty of the lake and the towering peaks. I took a boat ride on the lake, surrounded by the majestic mountains and the lush forests, and it was truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. One of the highlights of my trip was visiting the famous Serenket Hill, where I witnessed one of the most beautiful sunrises I have ever seen. The sky was ablaze with the colors of the sun, and I was awestruck by the stunning vista of the Himalayas that stretched out before me. The sun slowly rose, casting a warm glow over the mountains, and I felt a sense of serenity that I had never felt before. After that awe-inspiring sunrise, I mustered up the courage to take a leap of faith and try paragliding over Pokhara. It was a truly exhilarating experience, and I was able to take in the stunning views of the city and the snow-capped mountains from a bird's-eye view. As I flew through the air, the wind was rushing past me, and I felt a sense of profound freedom that I had never felt before. Every time I looked down, I was filled with a sense of wonder as I took in the beauty of the landscape from a different perspective. It was truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I was incredibly grateful for the opportunity to experience it. I felt like I was floating in the sky, and the sense of liberation and exhilaration was indescribable. It was an amazing experience that I will cherish for the rest of my life. As I reflect on my time in Pokhara, I am filled with immense gratitude and appreciation for the wonderful memories I have made and the captivating experiences I have had. Seeing the breathtaking beauty of the city, coupled with the thrilling and exciting experience of paragliding, made for an unforgettable trip, and I am already counting down the days until I can visit this incredible place again. The people of Pokhara were also so warm and inviting, and I have nothing but fond memories of my time there. The serenity and peacefulness of the region was also something I will never forget, and I am so thankful for the opportunity to have made such beautiful memories in this wonderful city. I also had the opportunity to trek to the base camp of the iconic Mount Annapurna, one of the tallest peaks in the world. The trek was challenging, but the views along the way were breathtaking, and the feeling of accomplishment I had upon reaching the base camp was simply indescribable. I was surrounded by the majestic peaks of the Himalayas, and the view was simply awe-inspiring. My time in Pokhara was not just about exploring the natural beauty of the area, but also about connecting with the local people and learning about their way of life. I stayed with a local family and was welcomed with open arms. They taught me about their culture, traditions, and history, and I was deeply touched by the kindness and generosity of the Nepali people. I was also able to visit some of the area's most famous sites, including the World Peace Pagoda and the mesmerizing Fuel Lake. From Pokhara, I headed to the lush jungles of Chitwan, known for its diverse wildlife and stunning national park. I was overwhelmed by the abundance of wildlife I encountered, including elephants, tigers, rhinoceroses, deer, and several species of birds. I went on a thrilling jungle safari, and the close-up views I had of these magnificent animals in their natural habitat were simply breathtaking. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience that I will never forget. Next on my itinerary was a tour of the Chitwan National Park, and I was amazed by the exotic animals I encountered there. I was able to observe one-horned rhinos, majestic tigers, and a variety of colorful birds and reptiles. I was in awe of the sheer size and beauty of these creatures, and I felt incredibly privileged to be able to witness them in their own environment. The tour guides were incredibly knowledgeable and passionate about the wildlife, and they shared fascinating insights and stories about the animals and the park. I learned about the conservation efforts being made to protect the endangered species and the importance of preserving the park's incredible ecosystem. The beauty and majesty of the wildlife in Chitwan left a lasting impression on me, and I will always treasure the memories of this incredible tour. As I continued my journey through Nepal, I was filled with a mixture of emotions. On the one hand, I was incredibly excited to be embarking on this once-in-a-lifetime adventure, but on the other, I was filled with nerves and trepidation. I knew that I was about to embark on a physically and mentally challenging journey, but I was determined to reach my goal, the infamous Mount Everest base camp. I eventually made my way to the small town of Lukla, which served as the starting point for my trek. I was filled with a sense of anticipation and eagerness as I started out on this incredible journey, and I knew that I had to push myself in order to make it to the end. The trek was nothing short of breathtaking. Each day, I found myself surrounded by towering peaks, glistening glaciers, and vibrant forests. I was struck by the natural beauty of the landscape and the serenity of the mountain air. I was also moved by the warmth and generosity of the local people who welcomed me with open arms and made me feel like one of their own. As I climbed higher, the air grew thin and the altitude began to take its toll. I pushed through the fatigue and the aches, knowing that the goal was in sight. And then, finally, after what felt like an eternity, I reached the base camp. The view was nothing short of magnificent. I gazed up at the towering peak of Everest in awe of the sheer size and power of the mountain. I was humbled to be in the presence of such a natural wonder, and I felt a deep sense of accomplishment. The journey back down was just as memorable as I took in the breathtaking scenery and reflected on the experience. I returned to Lukla with a sense of pride and a newfound appreciation for the beauty of the world. The trek to Mount Everest Base Camp was one of the most challenging and rewarding experiences of my life, and I will carry the memories with me always. After my time in the majestic mountains, I made a stop in Lumbini, the birthplace of the Buddha, where I was able to explore the spiritual and historical significance of the area. I had heard stories of the wonders of Lumbini long before my journey, and I was filled with a sense of excitement and anticipation, eager to see the sacred sites and learn about the history of Buddhism. As I began to explore this holy city, I was immediately struck by the serene environment. The lush green fields, tranquil lakes, and peaceful temples all combined to create a truly unique and magical atmosphere. I was overwhelmed by the beauty of the place, and I couldn't help but be moved by the rich history and spiritual significance of this special place. I visited many of the sacred temples, including the Mayadevi Temple, which marks the spot where the Buddha was born. I was struck by the beauty of the architecture and the reverence of the people who had gathered there. I felt a deep connection to the site, and I was humbled to be in a place of such profound spiritual importance. Throughout my visit, I was able to learn more about the history of Buddhism and gain a greater appreciation for the teachings of the Buddha. It was a truly transformative experience, and I left Lumbini feeling a sense of inner peace and joy. I was also lucky enough to witness the daily rituals and prayers of the local people, and I was struck by their devotion and reverence for their beliefs. I learned about the important role that Lumbini plays in Buddhism, and I was inspired by the stories of the Buddha's life and teachings. I took a peaceful stroll through the sacred gardens, stopping to admire the stunning statues and monuments that lined the path. The beauty of the gardens was only enhanced by the gentle sounds of the water features and the chirping of the birds. The tour of Lumbini was truly a highlight of my time in Nepal, and I will always remember this peaceful and sacred place. I felt privileged to have had the opportunity to learn about the history and culture of Buddhism, and I was inspired by the devotion and spirituality of the people I met. Lumbini left a lasting impression on me, and I will always treasure the memories of my time there. Finally, I moved on to the city of Bhaktapur, where I was able to admire the ancient architecture and savor the delicious local cuisine. I explored the city's many historic sites and monuments and had the chance to engage with the locals and learn about their culture. I also had the opportunity to explore some of the area's hidden gems, such as ancient temples and natural springs, and get a glimpse of the unique culture and traditions of the people of Nepal. Throughout my visit to Nepal, I was constantly amazed by the beauty and diversity of the country, from the vibrant streets of Kathmandu to the stunning views of the Himalayas. I felt so blessed to have had the opportunity to explore this incredible country and all it has to offer, from the unique wildlife and culture to the breathtaking views and delicious food, and I am looking forward to my next adventure in this amazing region.